find something that moves, that makes them smile, celebrate. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mic check. Rim Rhyme Wrecker. Hey, I'm on one right now. Now, listen here. I'm going to apologize to Nikki Fresh because I was told that I was giving you too much of a hard time. And how does Nick handle working with UD and DP? You were too rough on him. So you Generation Z, you old little coddle little kid over here must have been pouting the one time that you were on the Sartor Heyman's video stream. So I'm gonna apologize if I was too hard on you, little Nikki. Okay,
I did not think
you know.
I don't even know what you were too hard on me.
I mean,
for.
you just had to like the losers lean in a bitter beer face. They said so. I'm gonna apologize to you well in advance.
Okay.
After for my I don't even call it behavior. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just apologizing to you. I like you. You know what I'm saying? I just have to tighten you up sometimes.
What are you apologizing for? Because I don't know. What were you mean about yesterday?
I don't know. They just said they said I was too hard on you, man. So I feel bad. I didn't know that. I had to be. I know you just like one of these millions and millions of kids that I have to wear white gloves and coddle.
Oh my gosh!
Tell you, it's beautiful outside when it's like cloudy and gray.
I don't even know. What you're referencing.
It's cool. It's all right. It's part of your curriculum at Pius X. It's cool. I understand. You're not too far removed from over there.
I don't know.
Oh, I was trying to catch my breath.
What am I supposed to say? Apology accepted.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to say. That's called communication. Or do you want to text it to me because you are one of these kids out there? Do you want to send it to me? This is a little chat line you got over here with the people that call that chat that text in on the Sartor Heyman text line 402-464-5685. The same text line. Stephen M. Cookie Monster Sipple does not answer, and Jake the Snake Sorensen refuses to answer at 6:26 a.m. this morning when he had lost his mind this morning. So I've been waiting to come in here and address
I see
Stephen
Jay just marching around his living room listening to the station.
When I was texting, texting this I was literally punching my phone and I wish I could voice text so I could get the little neck swag, a little neck crick on it. But if I did that, then I mess around have a crick in my neck.
Let's just look up Jay Foreman's conversation.
No, I didn't. I texted them to their phone.
Oh, Jay, you can't do that. You gotta text it into the text line.
Well, I did, but sometimes you catch Sipple and then he reads it aloud because I think I texted Tom Stevens one time on the text line. I will give it to Tom Stevens, my brother. He will return and talk.
That has never been said before. Tom Stevens, my brother.
He will respond.
Not even by his brother.
Hey, listen here. He will respond when I text the Sartor Heyman text line. Now, I'm going to tell you this. If we could pan over there to the culprit of all culprits from back in 2000 and, correct me if I'm wrong, 16 to 17, maybe even 18, the Connor Happer, who was the first culprit of not returning my text on the Sartor Heyman text line.
Happer, do you have any comment?
We have evidence.
Do you have a comment? No? He doesn't want to talk.
You know what I'm saying? So now,
I still can't get over brother Tom Stevens.
So now we're back on it.
Well, he invited you to watch the basketball game with him tonight, by the way.
Yeah, I got the I'll pop it down there and see what's popping like with my boy on the ones and twos.
Hey Jay, we have a question for you off the text line.
What?
Do you cut the crusts off your peanut butter and jellies?
What?
Dude said you look like what he actually said was Jay looks like he still cuts the crust off his peanut butter and jellies.
What do you mean? Like, what is that? Is that a compliment or is that that's
No,
not a compliment? No, man. I eat the crust. Pizza, pie, all that. Cut the crust off of there. That's ridiculous.
Okay. I wish DP would understand this. I wish people could see what the studio was like right before we go on air for this show, because it's Jay slamming on the mic saying, turn this on, man. I'm like, Jay, I can't turn it on right now. The intro's playing.
Yeah, but sometimes you just have to just cut the intro. Say we here.
No, I don't. How do you just cut the intro?
The FCC is opposed to that.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that they have spoken. They like the FCC. They're like Peter. Once they speak, everybody's listening.
Yeah.
They're like E.F. Hutton.
E.F. Hutton.
Yep.
No. You have to honor them first,
Exactly. You
And
don't want them showing coming at you.
and then you need to pay the sponsors, right? Let the sponsors
yeah.
have their word, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, they coming after you
they,
now.
They got you a nickname,
It's that, whoa,
What's my nickname?
Jazzy J.
who peed in Jazzy J's cornflakes?
Oh, that's not even. That's I heard that back in like '86. That's not even a cool nickname. My nickname is Hockey Night in Canada. That's what I'm getting on my license plate. And I'm gonna get
the
it.
state will not allow you to put that on your license plate.
Listen here.
The state of Nebraska will not allow you to put that on your license plate.
Put what on my license plate? Hockey Night.
Hockey Night in Canada.
You want to know why I'm gonna get Hockey Night in Canada?
Please.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Please.
Because I was rolling down, what was it, 70th, okay, on the way to the U.S. Bank, and there was a Lincoln police officer on the opposite side. I literally rolled down the window. I think it was a Sunday. It was nice up. I was probably a half a block from U.S. Bank. He flipped around and pulled me over. So then, you know what? Then since you're going to run my place, then you're going to do it. Then he's going to ask me what HNIC means. And then I'm going to tell him. So then next time they so-called pull me over, then after that, then I'll be done. Because he's going to get on his little badge like, you will never believe what just happened.
Then what am I supposed to put on mine?
I don't know. I think
Look at Rico. Look at Rico. Look at Rico.
You know,
Yeah.
a little Rico.
That makes sense though, right? It's a fair question, right?
That is a good question.
All right.
But you got like but you don't never drive. See, I be driving though.
Well, that's the understand, but folks still know. Like I want to be there.
They know when you pull up that you step out. When you get out the passenger car outside, you put your hand out.
Yeah.
And they kiss the hand.
Well,
they kiss the hand. They kiss your hand.
or they baton it. Right.
Oh yeah, right. Whack. Yeah. What's that thing when they flip it? Well, that thing. Well, it's not the thing that they got. The police have with it.
Yeah. It's a baton. They
would tear you up with that, boy.
When they snap it open, it extends and breaks. Yeah.
That's like when somebody cocked that shotgun. You walk in the wrong house. You better freeze.
That's
Throw that bad boy to freeze tag.
That's every black grandma in certain neighborhoods. She's got one there by the couch, just waiting for you, just in case. How are you, Jay Foreman? How you doing today?
I'm all good.
You there? You all right?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
It was a nice, beautiful day outside. No, I didn't get to enjoy. Now I get to see Nick. We're gonna go check out the basketball game. I forgot that state championship game was today.
Yeah, tough choice.
Well,
Tough
be
choice.
inside or outside. I'm sure
it'll be 30 tonight.
It'll probably be like 38-0 West Side.
It'll be 30 tonight. Well,
Ooh.
Carter, grab this. Give us a preview.
They like a machine up there.
Yeah, let's get the preview. I was gonna ask for it later.
Can we get? But before we preview, all you Lincoln coaches that are listening, okay? Come on, man. Just take it off me because I see some of these cats at Hy-Vee, so just turn that off. Okay? So when I say it, I can say it's not me. I can say it's DP. Or actually, hey,
that happens. That still happens.
You know they think all brothers look the same, so keep it on. All right. Listen here, man.
It was Nick.
There has to be a time that you Lincoln football parents and players have to wonder twin powers activate and just get tired of getting broke off every year in football season.
Can they hire? Is there somebody they can hire to get better?
It's a matter if they want to get better. I mean, how do you just you playing in Memorial Stadium where the championship is?
Yeah.
And I can't even tell you the last time a team from Lincoln was in there. That should be your question.
Curtis,
When is
what,
it
was,
like,
what was the last Lincoln
it like
team?
Lincoln-
Southeast in 2010, something like that.
And that was when they had
2011.
DJ Foster and his brother Trey Foster, right? Is it Trey Foster?
Trey Foster,
Trey Foster, DJ.
Luke Gifford.
Yeah, they had everybody that was ever good out of Lincoln. No disrespecting. And then after that, before that, it was a while though.
Yeah.
Right. And then it was all the way back to when like Lincoln Southeast had Ty Goody and Kyle Cole Morgan and all them. And that was back when I was in college.
So why is what? So people haven't like.
I don't know. There's probably too many high schools for how many kids there are on the grand scheme of things.
But that's not the case in Omaha.
That's not the case in Omaha?
Well, there's like the same amount of high schools, but there's more people.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true, but are they really competitive? And just let's be honest. I mean, you're going to be way up there at 100 feet, looking out on with the window open.
No,
okay, tonight. But so nobody can come get you. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. And you call a lot of games. UDP call a lot of games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all over the state. Pierce, Nebraska, Ogallala, Lincoln, and Omaha, right? Just imagine, just on a scale of 1 to 10, Omaha, the Metro, as they like to call themselves, is probably competitive on a scale, let's just say 8, right?
Okay.
What's Lincoln?
Probably like 4.
There you go.
Wow. I mean, there wasn't one. I don't know. There's bad Omaha teams too. But there wasn't any Lincoln teams that could have beaten any of the top, I don't know, 10 Omaha team. Yeah, not 10. That's probably too many, but 5, something like that. And you want to be competitive at that level. I don't know.
And nobody
Lincoln High's had some teams over the last couple of years. Southeast put together a nice run. Lincoln East just got through a nice run, but not, they weren't threatening for a state championship.
All right, before we start asking about the game tonight, they're gonna. I'm just putting a deal together to get me some shirts, Hockey Night in Canada, and it's gonna be copyrighted. Can you dig it?
You can't copyright that.
You really can't.
I'm gonna spell it different.
Yeah, you go. Instead of EY, it'll be EE.
Yeah, you know how we do it.
And it means something completely different.
Right. Oh man, and then
key, then have the key,
and then
with the key,
and then all the fights that are gonna go happen because of the shirt.
Right.
Because somebody will walk up to you and go, "Excuse me, what does that mean?"
I just really like hockey.
Yeah, I like hockey
in Canada.
Man. I'm from Canada.
Rico, would you wear that shirt?
Rico looked like he could wear that shirt.
You know what? Rico, hold on. Hey, I'm going to tell you this. Rico, I'm going to tell you this. Rico. I'm going to stand up for you because you my little mini-me, my brother, okay? You're going to be the first model of that thing. So you know how you had the model on the shirt like website?
Like Webster back in the day.
There you go. See there, you guys stick together.
Yeah, I got you.
You can't pile on Rico like that, man.
Now when I about ready to fall out the window.
Yeah, this is coming from a dude who couldn't close a window last night.
Man, I'm scared of heights. This is well documented.
I'm with you.
Oh, are you talking about press box?
Yeah, I can't pull the. I can't.
I'm
pull
with
it
you,
close.
and I'm not leaning out.
I just left it open.
Not happening. Not happening. You notice I didn't buck or fight to be a part of the broadcast.
No, I just left it open.
No, you noticed that. I was like,
they put a little net on the outside of the window. What is that going to hold me?
No. It was like, no, this is a memorial. Hey, go ahead, Connor. Have a good time. I'll be home. You go ahead. So yeah. So what are we looking forward to tonight? What are we looking for? What are the keys?
If you haven't seen Zane Flores, he's the best or the second best quarterback in the state for Gretna. So he's a pretty good player. Westside, even though they won the state championship last year, they're back again. It's a different team though. They're a lot of young kids. That sophomore class is really, really good. And then the Rezacs are everywhere. There's a Rezac everywhere you look. So, I think it should be a pretty good game tonight. Probably better than the one it was last night.
So then it's going to be. They might go for a 3-peat then.
Yeah. Oh, well, if they don't, they're going to win. They're going to win the next 2 years. But I don't know if they're going to win this year.
So
so Zane Flores is for real then.
No, I'm talking about West Side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you think Westside is going to win tonight?
I'm not 100% sure. Like
So
this
Zane
is the best
Flores
chance you got
is
to get him.
For
Yeah.
real.
I think he's good. I think he's a pretty good player.
Goldilocks and he really slang that thing?
Yeah. He's got a good arm, good feet,
Yeah.
knows what he's doing.
You know where he's a product of?
No, where?
Just ask him. Ask him where he goes and gets his out of school training at. You know what I'm saying?
Would you like to tell me?
Nope. But we all good, man.
Does Gretna count as an Omaha school?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
But I'm gonna tell you what, Gretna has a freshman offensive lineman. Somebody had tweeted about him. He is at least 250 pounds. As he's 6'3", about 250. I saw him play basketball when he was in the 8th grader, and homeboy could move and play. I mean, he played the whole game. And I knew he was a football player. And his Andy Sims, who worked at Nebraska, his son plays with him, and he's starting as a freshman tonight.
Nice.
Against the defending state champions.
I've only seen him once. Gretna.
Our texters are hilarious. I'll read this in my biggest Zoolander voice. Does Flores go to Coach Verduzco's Academy for quarterbacks who can't pass good?
Jay, any comment on the academy?
Nah, man, he's all good. Flores goes to
Doesn't he go to Warren?
Warren Academy.
Warren.
Yeah, he goes to Warren.
That's what I would have guessed.
Slingers.
Slanging that thing.
A whole bunch of slingers.
Yeah.
Is there a legitimate quarterback guru in the state of Nebraska who develops young quarterbacks?
I'm sure there is. Jay might know
he's
better than me.
up at Warren Academy. The dude does.
Steve Warren?
No, it's whoever he works with. I don't want to say. I mean, we need to have him on the show, but I think he is a. Don't quote me. I don't know if I can even say it, but no, he's a guy that coaches quarterbacks. I know that for a fact.
No free shout outs.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I can or can't. I ain't trying to, get in it, get somebody. Dang, look at that mullet, boy.
Amazing mullet, 14.
At 45, he got
Number
that thing.
14 has got the my
he
goodness
got that thing
gracious.
flowing.
Oh my goodness, he
Looked like some spaghetti noodles.
He looked like the dude from South Park. He had the full.
Like he fling his hair is like the Matrix.
Oh my goodness,
That's like your guy Flores. He doesn't have a mullet though. He's just
he just
long.
got that flow. See, a lot of kids that I see that play basketball and they play for me, they got this like baseball thing going on. Like where the whole
flow?
Yeah, but then it's in the front, and I'd be like, look, man, you better put a headband on.
Pull it back.
Yeah, because you ain't gonna be out here flinging your hair and all this. This ain't no beauty contest.
They usually go with a headband or tie it together
Or a
something
man
like
bun.
that. Yeah, man bun.
See that's what happens from dudes who never had hair long enough to wear a headband. That always comes from a dude who didn't have hair long enough to wear it. Did you wear your afro out?
Yeah, but then I also wore a headband, and then I one season I had a Jerry curl.
You did not.
Oh yeah,
What?
I had that Michael Jackson.
Shut up.
Is there
What?
a picture that exists?
Shut up.
My stuff was
What
wet
year?
at all.
What year high school? What year?
My freshman. That thing was sweet.
We going
too.
to the yearbook.
Yeah,
we
there's
going
a
to the
picture
yearbook.
somewhere.
There's a picture somewhere. We're going to what high school was that?
That was at Eden Prairie High School. We're looking smooth. Then I came.
Eden
then the next
Prairie
year I had
High.
that high top fade. That Kid and Play.
So you went from full force to Kid and Play.
Yeah.
you,
Full force.
you went from
I
ready.
wish I could dance like full
you
force
went.
though.
You
It's
went
like
from
19.
ready for.
What are we talking here? 1980, 88,
come on now, player.
89?
No. You see, you didn't overstep your limit.
90,
91.
91. Yeah.
91.
He went from ready for the world.
Right.
oh, Sheila.
Yeah. I couldn't get that Prince going on, or else I would.
Okay, text line.
I bet you thought you were awesome. You're like
What?
you thought you were awesome with the Jerry curls.
I did, man, for a
He
little
shook
while.
He shook it.
I found the 1991 Eden Prairie yearbook.
Well, why don't you take a look inside?
I'm scrolling through.
Yeah,
There's not online. He's lying.
it is online.
publish these
It is
things.
online. They publish them now. All of your
Uh-oh.
high school pictures are online.
Are
Uh-oh.
they?
Yeah.
You see, I had the purple shirt on there. The same purple shirt. I thought I was smooth. I brought that thing to college. That thing was busted.
He had the Prince. He had the Prince lace pants and the boots.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm positive of that. Like that needs to. We need one of our talented text line friends to take a picture of Prince with the real Jerry curl. Put
Mhm.
Jace Foreman. Put Jay Foreman's face in the middle of
That'd
it.
be funny, man.
So
That'd be funny.
your dad had a rocket fro.
Oh yeah, he still rocks it.
Okay, all right. There's a little salt and pepper now. He just
No, ain't no pepper in there. That,
Nick is working really hard
He
at
just
this.
for men.
I'm trying to find it. It's not letting me zoom in.
Oh, that's good.
We gotta
Oh,
go on the normal computer.
All I see is
Yeah.
just a lot of pictures. But they're all black.
We're
and
gonna
white.
have to do that. We're gonna have to do that. That's all I'm gonna say. Girls love the flow. That's there.
That's what they think.
yeah. Until it gets shook on them one time. Kadoba guy says direct message me the pics if you want. I'll do some magic.
There you go.
We'll get the freshman year.
Yeah, we're working on it.
University of Nebraska freshman year. Jay.
Oh,
No,
no,
don't,
I
don't
got
do it.
that
Don't
one.
do the
Uh-uh.
one with the mustache. That's ridiculous.
No, I got that one.
Well, you got to get the one with the light mustache though.
Oh,
That's cold blooded, man.
man.
Come on, Jay. Look at
Look at that.
take a look.
That's a little scary though. The Nick pulled that up real quick.
So I texted him and I said apology accepted. By the way, back at 4:00, and he just texted me, so I clicked that. We're texting.
You guys are texting.
listen
each
to that.
other?
Yeah, he just texted me another picture. That is you.
Yeah, you see that? That dunk was called the Sky Pager, Nick.
Why you look so short?
'Cause
Like,
I
I
was
mean,
a
you got
freshman.
up. You got
I was
up.
a
but-
freshman.
You got up, but you're short.
That was a freshman.
with the black shoes and the black high tops and the white socks.
Hold on, no, but I had black socks over that though. See, you don't know. You see that, DP?
I don't see that. No, you gotta let me see that.
No,
then.
no, I don't wear high tops. Those are low tops, all black, with the black socks, with the white socks and the black socks on top of it.
So you played.
I played that straight running rebels with them with the Eagles. That's exactly. That's it. You know what time it is. You know when you got your boy Greg, he'll tell you that's how I seen them wear it. That's what I did. By the end of the season, my black socks had a hole in it though, because I only had one pair.
That's because you clip your toenails,
Right.
dude.
Got them talons.
Like,
Be like a hawk coming down there and getting food.
see, this is how I know he was in the locker room. That's where you really get a dude. You look at their socks and go, look, your toenails. Those are your toenails. You're gonna punch a hole in your socks. And he would curl them under his toe and then put the shoe on.
Where did the double socks thing come from? Why does that exist? That's definitely a thing still.
Cushion on sore feet. Keeps your feet from getting sore.
I felt like it was more uncomfortable.
No,
You got
I
sliding
no, I-
around and you
the
got two
sweat.
pairs of socks.
I was a double socks guy.
Sweat.
I was a double socks guy.
Oh, yeah, I was
Because
double
I didn't wanna
socks
get my
guy.
ankles taken.
You had to be a double socks guy
Yeah.
because you weren't. You
Yeah,
know.
I was a double socks guy.
Really?
Knee high, roll them up.
All right, Connor, who you got tonight and why?
I got Westside.
And why though?
I think Westside wins. They started slow. It's like I said, it's a young group, but they've really been pretty dang good over the last few weeks. And Gretna is probably
Oh,
partly there.
oh no, they did.
You found a
Oh no,
picture?
I'm not. I'm glad that you get pictures erased from the Eden Prairie database. Go ahead.
Gretna is probably there partly because Millard South lost in their first game. So
He knows I'm going on a deep dive tonight, right? He
Yeah.
knows, like he
I'm
knows.
sorry.
it's
like-
fine. The preview is nonsensical. Yeah, we're here talking about socks,
right? Like it's,
socks and haircuts.
yeah. Like I just threw the entire.
No,
just,
no. What?
like,
No,
what
tell
you
me.
hear?
Tell
Like,
me this.
This is
Connor.
the first.
I want them to find me
This
on
is
Twitter
the
so
first,
bad.
This was my first segment, and I could just throw it.
DP, that ain't never gonna happen. You just don't know what time. What if I tell you I'm coming in hot? Just watch out.
He was
Hey,
Jay was hitting the mic, slapping
Yeah,
the microphone,
exactly.
trying to get it to work
Hey,
before the show started.
Connor, though, let me ask you this: with all the Rezacks, so because one's a running back, right?
Yep.
And then one's a quarterback,
That's right.
and then don't they have one that's like a DB or a
Yeah,
receiver?
young guy. He's either a freshman or
Yeah.
sophomore. Yeah.
Hmm.
They're all there.
And then you got Caleb Benning,
Caleb
Right.
Benning,
and then you got the other running back too.
Jamez Ross.
That's the running.
That's going to be a dude,
and he's a sophomore.
sophomore. That sophomore class.
They just ran through the whole state then, right?
if they don't win next year and the year after, I'd be very surprised.
Now, what about the lines? I know they got a weight program up there, and they do have a weight coach up
They
there.
lost a lot last year, but there's
Starting to build it back.
they're starting to build it back.
Who
yeah.
has an academic program in the state? That's who I want.
Westside does. Dude, they're
West Side's its own thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. That's,
All right.
That's high net worth up there, homeboy.
I'll
get
check
it.
them out because I need folks that I need. smart
Bellevue
folks.
West, not so much.
I wasn't gonna mention names. I wasn't gonna mention no names. I wasn't even gonna say it.
Okay.
I wasn't even gonna say it.
Hey,
I wa-
DP, somebody said that the Miller South job is open.
You can leave me alone.
You gonna jump back
We're
in
going to
there?
go to break.
He did
When we
retire.
come back, when we go to break, you listen to Old School 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean. And there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
It will be a warm, sunny, windy day here for our Tuesday, topping out at 65. South winds could gust 30 to 35 by later this afternoon. We'll see increasing cloud cover tonight with a low down to around 40. Windy again tomorrow, this time a northwest wind gusting over 30, cooling us off to 53. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Koppel Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
Hi, I'm Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and the NFL, I wore lots of protective gear to safeguard my health. I'm still protecting my health, as well as my family, friends, and community because I got my COVID vaccine. And now, even kids 5 years and older can be vaccinated. If you've been vaccinated, get your booster shot if you qualify. It's free, it's safe, and it protects all of us. Suit up against COVID. Find out more at healthylincoln.org.
Hey, Steve. Welcome to Great Clips.
Great Clips asks, what's the difference between good and great?
Come on back and have a seat.
Good asks you what haircut you'd like.
I have all your details from last time. Would you like the same haircut today?
Great already knows. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details so you can get the same thing as last time, every time. Download our online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill has been your go-to in South Lincoln for years, and their second location in downtown Lincoln is now open. Rosie's downtown spot is Lincoln's premier Nebraska party bar with the Sidetrack Band every Friday night of home games and all day for Nebraska home football games. With 34 TVs that are 65 inches or bigger, you'll always have a great view for all the games. Make sure to check out the new Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, now open in downtown Lincoln at 10th and P. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they're hiring for production operators at $21.72 an hour and other select jobs starting at $23.42 an hour, with wages growing up to $27.55 an hour. Continental also has salary jobs available with great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljob.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. On Friday, football semifinals took place across the state. In Class A, Gretna shut out Omaha North 34-0, and Omaha Westside won over Bellevue West 41-26. In Class B, Bennington beat Elkhorn 28-1, and Aurora won over Omaha Skutt 21-17. In Class C1, Pierce shut out Battle Creek 21-0, and Columbus Lakeview beat Kearney Catholic by 10, 31-21. In Class C2, Norfolk Catholic outpowered Wilbur Clatonia 35-12, and Ord was shut out by Archbishop Bergen 20-0. In D1, Howells Dodge won over Burwell 56-18, and Cross County beat Hitchcock County 56-20. In cross-country news, Class A state champion Gabe Hendricks won the Nike Cross Nationals Heartland Regional in Sioux Falls. He was invited to the national meet, but it was canceled soon after. This has been your High School Minute, sponsored by Southeast Community College, with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
Welcome back, Husker fans. Eustace Body Shop is happy to welcome the best fans in college football back to Lincoln. With Gold Class certified service, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop can call the right plays to keep you in the game. Whether it's in Lincoln at 88th and Highway 2 or at any of our other 5 locations across Nebraska, Eustace Body Shop can help get you back on the road. Go Big Red.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Back to Old School with DP and J. Presented by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese.
Welcome back to Old School. The chaos continues. Jay Foreman was on he's on a roll, so you get out of the way and just let him land wherever he's going to land. That's what we're going to say.
DP, there's another opening, North Star.
The
Gators.
Look, man.
The Gators.
Look, I'm old, but I will stomp on your foot.
But it's just right there at North Star, the Gators.
I will stomp on your foot.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this: they got some ballers coming over there from the Malone Center.
See, then why don't you go over there, Coach?
We gotta go over there. You can't just have one of us over there. You gotta go two.
I tell you what, if you go, I'll go.
I gotta know what the stipulations is to be the head coach.
We'll go through all that stuff. I got all the. I got the playbook. We got look. I'll be the offensive coordinator. You be the defensive coordinator. We'll bring in Nick and let him do special teams.
You do special teams?
No.
Yeah, don't be out there.
We really just want him to count the bodies and make sure the dudes at the end of the bench get to play. Like that. That'll be Nick's job.
The tenure for me being head coach would probably be different. As soon as I try to have a body bag game, they'd be like, "Well, you are no longer your service no longer."
Well, they tell you can't run up 70 points on people. That's what they're gonna tell you.
Yeah, but I'll be giving extra benefits for somebody's big hits.
You
give them an extra little Burger
You can
King.
go to Pancake. You can go to IHOP. Take them for pancakes. You can do that that's not rude, as long as you're not running up the score.
Right. So we got a 5-stack pancake on homeboy's head. Ready, break.
Just pancakes. That's all you gotta say. You ain't gotta say it out loud.
McDonald's.
Like just pancakes. Yeah, that was the rule. Like Barry was gonna be like. I'm like. They asked me to be head coach. I'm like Barry. I'll be his assistant though. Go ahead and do it.
Right.
So Jay, you when you ready to roll over there,
I'm gonna go ahead and go over there tomorrow.
You let me know when you're gonna roll over.
I'm gonna go over there tomorrow morning at 9:00. Let me see who this AD is over there. For you people out there,
Jay Foreman just show up at his door, just stand there staring at him.
I'm here. I heard you needed a head coach. Well, you take that application down. Right.
You know what? That actually needs to happen.
That'd be funny.
That needs to happen. So take it down.
Yeah.
Like go find it on his wall and just rip it off. Just go find it. Like he's got it in his office somewhere.
Right.
You just go grab it. He goes, excuse me, I need that.
Yeah.
I need that.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Have my key and everything ready. And my whistle.
And my nameplate on the door.
Yeah, my nameplate.
Coach Foreman. I need this, right? This would be a
right.
He's Kelsey's a Nathan Renner. Nathan Renner is the AD at North.
Oh, they were quick on the chat line.
Oh, this is why we have it.
Yeah.
Like I get smarter every day just sitting here reading.
I hear you.
At
least you use it.
Well, you don't
Snake?
bring your laptop. So
no, I'm talking about Jake the Snake.
Oh well,
I don't need my laptop. I got you. That's how I got through college.
I was
lean with it, rock with it.
I understand. Edmund Sherrod and Monty Knight, DP, hook a brother up. I got this report. I said I'll walk you through it, but I won't do it for you. I was a helper. I wasn't gonna say, not bad.
Your service is always appreciated.
You got to do stuff. James Franklin signed 10 years.
James Franklin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 years. So you get your head handed to you, and then they extend you 10 years.
Yeah.
So I guess USC really don't want him on it.
Not anymore. After they Penn State kind of went, south, but or maybe he felt like he didn't want to make that jump out there to the West Coast of USC. And 10-year contract, that's a tremendous amount of job security. I don't know if he has, kids, I'm sure
He does.
Yeah. So, I'm assuming that, that factored in. They might be,
Well, he said it was a destination job.
right.
So
and he's from around there, right?
yeah. So he said destination job when he got it. He said, I'm not using this as a stepping stone, even though he did peek over the fence at USC. Like he looked in the yard.
He's peaked everywhere. Now, let me ask you this, though. If you had to pick, regardless, just say don't look at where USC is now.
Okay.
Because obviously they, aren't where Penn State is.
Okay.
But just two of those colleges, right? You had to pick one. You're the number one, coaching candidate, and you're out there on, the market, and both of them come with the same contract, parameters, and obviously with the California taxes and all that, but just everything, the same take home is the same. What job will you take when you factor in everything that would be in your decision? So tell me which one you would take, and tell me like two or three reasons why.
I would say Notre Dame.
No, it's between USC and Penn State.
It's USC because of the weather, and it's Hollywood,
okay,
and it's warm, and there's really cool stuff to do, and recruiting is easy. Like I don't have the money is good. Like the value of that,
but both the money is the same.
But you're not going to get more. What am I going to do with my downtime at Happy Valley, Pennsylvania?
You're going to jump on your private jet. That's one of the donors is giving you 10 trips a year, because a head coach, all you're supposed to do is be watching film, go home and eat, and then do some more. So all the stuff that you're saying you want to do, you don't get to do. Yeah,
but why would I choose a place that I want to leave as soon as I get a chance to leave?
You would adapt to your surroundings.
Like I could just if I'm in Hollywood, I'm sitting on the hill on the side of the hill looking in the valley anyway. Right? I'm living in the crib.
So you're going for Disneyland.
I'm talking about the beach. I'm going for right. Like I can be on the beach. I live on the coast.
Right. I get you.
I don't like.
So you're not thinking of snow. You're not thinking of you're thinking you're not
the
thinking
other stuff,
career.
because that's how the decisions are made. The other stuff, recruit. It's much easier for me to recruit to USC than it is Penn State. It just is.
In theory, yeah.
Right. The different
It
dudes.
is in theory.
Different dudes.
Depends on what type of football you're trying to play, but yeah.
Right. Different dudes.
It's a bigger state, and you are the number one.
Well, they played the same type of football for a very long time.
Yeah. But
So
not right now, though.
Not right now. Now, if I want to play any style of play, the easiest play to get them to is Los Angeles, California.
Correct.
So being able to do that, being able to train outdoors more of the season matters, right? The fact that I don't have to go indoors and go in the facility, and if it's snowing, I ain't got to worry about it. The campus being shut down. None of that. Plus, from a diversity standpoint, whatever food I want is there in Los Angeles. Authentically, it's there. So here's a real talk story. In 1979, I was asked to attend a camp at Happy Valley. And I said out loud that I couldn't play there because the uniforms are so awful.
You don't like Penn State's uniform?
Like you didn't even try.
You don't like them? I like it. It's simple.
You
I
don't
like
even
it
try.
I like it with the black shoes, though.
Well, that was the part that really stuck out. Like I couldn't wearing black shoes. Like why? Not in the 80s. I wasn't wearing black shoes in 1980. I needed white shoes, and I the way I thought about it, and of course USC wore them for a while, and then Charles White and those dudes started putting the spats on and then just using tape. But yeah, it's just the natural thing would be Los Angeles. I'm more Los Angeles than Happy Valley, Pennsylvania.
I can dig it.
So and yeah, those kids in Pennsylvania are different. They're different. Like those are some hard, rugged young kids.
Yeah.
Like them dudes live different. They're parented differently. They're coached different.
Right.
Back in the steel mill.
Where do you think you could have success earlier? With everything being now, look, there's USC has an easier path in the Pac-12.
Well, I'll
So
say
I'm just saying
based
broader
on who I
space.
am, based on
broader
who
like where you can make a run for the
the places that I've coached, the kids were more like Penn State kids than they were USC kids.
right.
I've always coached the thick neck, a half step slower than USC, maybe not as fluid or sexy as USC. Hardworking, direct line folks. Like I would have been a really good Nebraska coach.
So what do you think like USC needs in a coach? Do they need more of a personality? Do they need a recruiter? Do they need a teacher? I know that obviously the easy answer is all the above, but what do you think is the number? Like if you're in the know or in the decision making room with all the boosters and all that stuff, what do you think what do you think is the top two things on their criteria?
Coaching staff, assistants. The top assistants matter.
So you don't think the head coach is the most important thing?
No, not at USC.
Well, what about Pete Carroll then?
No.
He had the biggest personality, and he was the best coach.
Now
his staff was phenomenal,
right?
But he was as big as everybody else at USC.
But when you talk about Pete as a personality, chewing gum and talking at the same time isn't necessarily Los Angeles personality.
No, but they
he had some stud coaches next to him who did a whole lot of the heavy lifting and did a lot of the branding for him.
Right.
Like a lot of the branding, a lot of the public, the social media stuff, that was Pete Carroll. That was his assistants. I think it requires less to be great at Penn State than it does at USC. Because in Happy Valley, you have everything to yourself.
Yeah, you're kind of secluded.
Right. People aren't just going to randomly say, hey, look, I'm in town shooting a movie or I'm at a reward ceremony. Can I come to your practice?
Right.
You don't have that kind of distraction and stuff.
Sure.
But you also need a coach who can deflect and put some of that burden on star assistant coaches to handle that, right? That the head coach shouldn't be able to be reached like Pete Carroll was. Pete Carroll had too many dudes that wore colors that had access to him.
Right.
Right? Because then it became a money thing, and whoops, you figure out that them dudes who got weapons got money too. Penn State doesn't have to deal with that stuff. USC has to deal with like real gangs. Like you've got to deal with
they practice in the hood and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm just saying, I think now it's hard to say. See, I think Penn State could get on the national level faster than USC just because of the structure that they have.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard because I don't see them unless they have a magical quarterback and like a replica of Saquon Barkley to be able to challenge Ohio State. See, Penn State's always going to have defense. Now, then they're always going to have speed at the skill positions. What they don't have, and which is weird, is they really and their offensive line is better.
But it's not what it was.
But it's not even close to what you think of Penn State. They put out so many good linemen, under the radar because they're known as like linebacker U, right? And then then they would have obviously other guys and running backs and stuff. But for whatever reason, whether other teams are coming and plucking them or they're just a pipeline of offensive linemen isn't a big deal coming out of Pennsylvania and the surrounding areas. That's what's really hurt them. And I think with USC, whoever goes there can instantly dominate the Pac-12. Chris Peterson being gone from Washington, obviously he's been gone, obviously a couple of years. Who Cristobal, Kyle. But Utah coaching Kyle is for real. They'll never be able to be there year in and year out. You know what I mean? Just it's just Utah, but he's a phenomenal coach. And it's crazy that the way I saw them play,
they rallied up, bro.
I'm telling you, how do you lose 3 games right now?
Well, they had stuff going on, as you said.
Sure,
they had stuff going on.
Yeah, they had stuff. A lot of.
But they have a lot of USC kids in Salt Lake City, so
right,
and it takes a while for that morph to happen.
Sure,
for them to get, they have to develop trust in the people in the
and
program.
It's a different area in Utah for
Right.
kids to go. But for USC, if I'm a coach, if I'm the head coach at USC, or the coach that goes there, I'm sitting there like, I'm instantly thinking about I'm thinking about a 10-year dominance.
And so should UCLA.
Yeah. You see, yeah.
And so
yeah.
should you. So
it
like
should.
that's the real part. Is that it should be both of them.
It should both of them.
Let's put a pin there. Nick's got trivia that he has to do. We'll do this in the next segment, but we'll come back to that because text line asked. Okay, same thing with LSU in Florida. There's some other scenarios
There's
to
some
get
that
into.
There should be, especially now in this day and time of athletes. They should never be where they're at right now.
We'll talk about that top of the hour at 5:00. But up next, Nick trivia, $15 for Upside Bar and Lounge. Nick has the trivia. Call now 402-464-5685, and we'll hook you up when we come back to Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Man, we sure could use an easy win this season. I hear ya. That's why I suggested to the wife that we go to Magical Lights of Seward, the area's largest and most entertaining drive-through Christmas light show. So, by suggesting going to Magical Lights of Seward, you got a win? Yeah, my wife said it was the best idea I'd had in a long time. The kids loved the dazzling light show, synced with traditional and modern Christmas music, and we had an affordable, fun family experience. Get your win, too, by pre-ordering your tickets today at magicallightsofseward.com/ticket.
Starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It will be a warm, sunny, windy day here for our Tuesday, topping out at 65. South winds could gust 30 to 35 by later this afternoon. We'll see increasing cloud cover tonight with a low down to around 40. Windy again tomorrow, this time a northwest wind gusting over 30, pulling us off to 53. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they're hiring for production operators at $21.72 an hour and other select jobs starting at $23.42 an hour, with wages growing up to $27.55 an hour. Continental also has salary jobs available with great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljob.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
This is a Broncos Radio Network update.
Touchdown, Denver! How about that? I like that!
Broncos insider Brandon Cristal, Friday wide receiver Tim Patrick signed a new 3-year contract extension, and Monday team captain and fellow wideout Cortland Sutton inked a 4-year deal worth $60.8 million, $34.9 million guaranteed.
Denver gave me an opportunity, and getting drafted was one of the best days of my life. I've always said that, being a Bronco was something I want to do for life. And to be able to have this opportunity, I'm honored to be able to represent the Denver Broncos and just making sure that we're doing everything we possibly can to help the team be as successful as we possibly can.
Here's GM George Payton unlocking up what he calls two of the team's core players.
All along we wanted both. And that was our priority, is to get both done. Now, if we couldn't get them done, then we would have to wait and see what happened in the offseason, and maybe they go test it. But it feels much better getting these two players locked up.
Broncos host the Chargers Sunday.
Hi, I'm Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska in the NFL, I wore lots of protective gear to safeguard my health. I'm still protecting my health, as well as my family, friends, and community, because I got my COVID vaccine. And now, even kids 5 years and older can be vaccinated. If you've been vaccinated, get your booster shot if you qualify. It's free, it's safe, and it protects all of us. Suit up against COVID. Find out more at healthylincoln.org.
We take our college football Saturday so seriously at 93.7 The Ticket that one post-game show simply isn't enough. Join Derek Pearson and Jake Sorensen for the Ticket postgame. 90 minutes following each Nebraska game at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. They'll break down the game from their vantage point with giveaways to listeners who drop by and hang out. It's the Tickets postgame with DP and Jake, live from Tanner's Bar and Grill.
Hey, Steve. Welcome to Great Clips.
Great Clips asks, what's the difference between good and great?
Come on back and have a seat.
Good asks you what haircut you'd like.
I have all your details from last time. Would you like the same haircut today?
Great already knows. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details so you can get the same thing as last time, every time. Download our online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. You got the Bears, Jay Foreman back there.
This is why I can't turn on the mic.
You know. So we've got three folks lined up who feel like they want to take part in what we're doing. Nick, who do you want to bring in first?
We got Russ.
Okay, let's bring in Russ. Russ, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
It's good. It's good. It's good. All right. Nick has trivia for you. If you get the answer right, you receive a $15 gift certificate to Upside Bar and Lounge to use for food, beverage. Nick, sir, have at it.
All right, Russ, I need you to tell me where Ryan Tannehill went to college.
Oh, Lord. I wasn't sure what kind of trivia you went barking up the wrong. Oh, man. Might as well flip this to caller number 2.
Five seconds, man.
I feel like Nebraska played them back in the day sometime.
Oh, 3 seconds.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know.
All righty.
James. James is on line 2 on Honda Lincoln Hotline. James, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on? All right. Nick has a question for you. If you get the answer right, $15 to Upside Bar and Lounge. Nick?
All right. James, where did Matthew Stafford go to college?
He went to the Georgia Bulldogs.
Look at
Wow.
James go.
James.
Look at James go. Baller.
game, James.
Well done. Well done. Well done. Congratulations. You just won $15 to Upside Bar and Lounge. So enjoy yourself. Go have a beverage, raise a glass, and tip well. Thank you, kind sir. All right. Who was next on the list?
I was going to go back to Tannehill.
You were going to go back to Tannehill.
Yep. I figured somebody like a Justin Herbert or a Derek Carr would have been too obvious.
Where did Doug Williams go to college?
Oh,
Nick?
I feel like I looked this back up.
Where did James Harris go to college? Nick?
He went to a HBCU, Nick. And while Nick's over there stewing about this, one thing I'm going to tell you about Pete Carroll, though. Look, all the chewing gum and stuff, he about that business, though.
Great coach. I don't want to slight. I don't mean to slight that.
He about that business.
Great coach.
He won national championship and a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and people and his players love him. So
He about that business, though.
You know.
Don't get fooled by that chewing the gum. You got to come with it, and there's accountability when you got to be there.
his staff is always loaded, though. And that's not a slight. And that's
guys don't coach for guys if they don't believe in it enough.
Right. No, it's necessary. It's necessary to do that. So I think
Nick, have you figured it out yet?
So when you said HBCU, that the one that came to my mind was Grambling.
Why would that come to mind?
Because I that's one of the few I know off the top of my head. I'm being honest.
What are the colors of their uniform?
Black and yellow.
Where did Charles Oakley go to college?
Why are you outing me like this?
Do you know Charles Oakley's
where
nickname?
Where did Ben Wallace go to college?
Ben Wallace.
And there's only one way to say it. Virginia Union University. So yeah, that's how Mason said it when he announced him for the Pistons. Still the greatest starting lineup introduction in the history of sports was Detroit Pistons under Mason. Good, it's the best stuff. All right, so we'll throw the break when we come back. I do want to get into some coaches getting moved around. Jason Garrett got moved.
Where'd he go?
He gone home. Was wherever home.
He got
is.
fired.
He got fired today. So we'll.
Dang.
Did you guys see the clip? If not, I'll
Jason Garrett got fired.
Oh, the clip.
The clip of the three guys.
They ran a mesh that was messy.
They ran into each other pretty much.
It was
What are you
brutal.
talking about?
I'll show you the video during the break.
You talking about the Giants?
Yeah, last night.
It was brutal. So we'll go through more. We'll figure out what's going on in sports, and then we'll preview tonight's Huskers basketball game against Tennessee State University. We'll do all that when we come back top of the hour, 5 o'clock on Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It will be a warm, sunny, windy day here for our Tuesday, topping out at 65. South winds could gust 30 to 35 by later this afternoon. We'll see increasing cloud cover tonight with a low down to around 40. Windy again tomorrow, this time a northwest wind gusting over 30, cooling us off to 53. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef is Lincoln's newest full-service butcher shop, offering premium fresh-cut steaks and house-made sausages daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They exclusively carry certified Piedmontese beef raised right here in Nebraska. When shopping at the Mercado, you're not only supporting local, but also enjoying the official beef of Nebraska Athletics. With prime-grade tenderness and unparalleled nutritionals, your backyard barbecue is about to get a serious upgrade. Stop into the Mercado today, located off 84th and Havelock in Lincoln.
At Koppel Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
We take our college football Saturday so seriously at 93.7 The Ticket that one post-game show simply isn't enough. Join Derek Pearson and Jake Sorensen for the Ticket postgame. 90 minutes following each Nebraska game at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. They'll break down the game from their vantage point with giveaways to listeners who drop by and hang out. It's the Tickets postgame with DP and Jake live from Tanner's Bar and Grill.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they're hiring for production operators at $21.72 an hour and other select jobs starting at $23.42 an hour, with wages growing up to $27.55 an hour. Continental also has salary jobs available with great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljob.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Lincoln's mega liquidation store is here. Wholesale Logistics is now open on West O Street as a bin store with tons of liquidation pallets, appliances, mattresses, furniture, and more. Brand new mattresses 30 to 60% off retail with well-known brands. New furniture also 30 to 60% off retail value. Brand new LG scratch and dent appliances 35 to 40% off retail. Wholesale Logistics purchases truckloads of smaller items from major retailers and throws them into bins, with everything starting at just $8. Get to Wholesale Logistics, open each Friday to Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at 2811 West O Street.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked up by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Hour 2 of Old School, 93.7 The Ticket. Again, you guys on the Starter Hemi text line 402-464-5685. If you want to text in and get to it, some folks are writing you about your grambling.
They should know by my karaoke and everything. I over pronounce everything. Every single thing.
Grambling University.
I pronounce every single
Grambling
syllable.
State University is officially
what
it is. So let's bring in Jay by phone. He's back on the road there. So you good? You all settled?
Yeah, I'm all good. All good in the hood, man. Yeah, man. It's Pete Carroll, he's a real deal. But there's plenty of coaches and places out there that is interesting where people struggle to win. LSU ever since I don't know, I guess was it the grass eater dude, I guess when he had his year, or pretty much since Nick, it's kind of been different.
Well, but if Orgeron gets them the championship, why does it have the decline that it does?
Well, I mean, he was, obviously it's documented, he lost his focus. I think he finally, you got to remember, he had the Ole Miss job and they kind of pulled the plug on him pretty quick, which, I think wasn't, I guess, quote unquote, fair or just. And then he was an assistant coach and always kind of had the label of not good enough to be a head coach. Then he went out to USC, he was on Pete Carroll's staff, and then he took over, I think, after Lane got let go on the tarmac, and he had them kind of on the right direction, but he wasn't, the guy. He wasn't like either what they viewed as a good head coach or didn't think he was qualified enough. Then he goes to LSU and is kind of, de facto coach, and they, he did well. Remember, he turned around at the end of the season. And then when it came down to it, they either couldn't get who they really wanted or they reluctantly kept him. And then next thing you know, a year or two later, he won a national championship and then he got paid. So, and then after that, he got like payback and he, kind of lost his way a little bit. So, he's done a really good job in his coaching career. And I think he just probably, made some mistakes, outside of, the athletic department that probably, lost his focus a little bit. But, when you think about LSU, Florida, you could even throw like Tennessee in there, Florida State, Miami, it's hard to envision that they ever have like really, really down years because of the ability to recruit to those places, obviously with weather, the multitude of athletes they have within like, their state lines, or you can even say that 500-mile radius, and plus their, cachet is on a national level. So it's just, I think sometimes, like even like a school like Miami, you have to have the right personality that can kind of keep all the guys, within, the city limits or in surrounding areas of like Fort Lauderdale, Miami, to go to Miami. And then same with Florida State, you got to be able to, win the whole state in recruiting, and you're competing against Florida as well. And then let's not forget Clemson has taken off. North Carolina's recruited well down there in Georgia and Florida. So as parity has taken over college football, it's really spread out the dominance in recruiting, because kids no longer want to go to college and develop and wait, a year or two, to be at their best. They want to go from high school, hang out in college for a couple of years, and then, they envision themselves being the number one pick in the draft, and college is just a pit stop. So that's just the difference in the time, the kids, opportunities, parity. Every school is on some national network, on national TV. And so then, waiting a couple of years isn't as imperative, because you see the MAC is on like Tuesdays and Wednesdays, Thursday and Friday, or, you might see, Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State, or all those type of schools on there as well. So it's, and everybody seems to be able to stream stuff online. So it's, it's a hard battle out there to keep winning, and be relevant, especially when you're at a school like Florida. You just paid Dan Mullen a big contract. They always have, one of the top 10 recruiting classes. They were just in the SEC championship like a year or two ago. And I think they lost 5 in a row against Power 5 schools. And, they lost to Missouri. And, that's a no-no. After, I think last year they had a brawl with Missouri. And, you know, they won, and it was kind of an embarrassing look, but, you know, Missouri got a little bit of payback. So, you know, one thing I will say is this is, and this is this is actually what I learned from one of my friends growing up in hockey, is the closer you get to the line, the more you got to look for guys that are, you know, selfless versus selfish. I mean, that's where you got to get your really good teammates from. And when you look at it in football, you know, you got to be strong up the middle on offense and defense, and then build outwardly. And that's the way football was, and always will be. But as you get closer to the line, you got to have, you know, tighter knit units and stuff like that. And so that makes it even more of a magnifying glass on schools like Florida, LSU, Miami, that I mentioned before, is because they have a plethora of big human beings down there that can move, strong, etc. So they should always be somewhat relevant. You know what I'm saying? Because they have phenomenal big humans out there, and just the pure numbers alone, they should always be able to have maybe not dominant offensive lines, but definitely, you know, good offensive lines. Always keep them, you know, up there 8-9, you know, or 7, 8, 9, 10 win season.
What needs to be done at Nebraska? All the things that are mentioned just now. What are the things that are most easily obtained and done here at Nebraska to get it back to where it wants to be?
I just think that, you know, like, I think they're on the way. I mean, let's just, you know, they're close. I mean, obviously that just goes without saying. I think they're a better team than they were last year, and definitely a better team than they were 2 years ago. So I think they just got to, you know, take the things that they improved on and continue to add to it, and then obviously really work on the deficiencies. You know, we got to get better, you know, across the line, and by better I mean more consistent, and better as a unit, right? And that doesn't necessarily mean, I'm not in those decision making, not even, you know, process or whatever, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you go out and try to get 5 freshmen to come in here. You know, sometimes you need you know, like they must have thought, you need a new idea, new type of atmosphere, I guess, in the, you know, offensive line room. Start from there, and then obviously, you know, the rest, you know, you got to, you know, get a couple guys to step up in the running back room, so forth and so on. So, you know, they're close, but they're still far enough that you got to still make some adjustments. And so, if they weren't trying to make adjustments, then that would probably be, you know, a bigger discussion for people that like to discuss everything that goes on with Nebraska football. And so, you know, I think, look, you got one game left. It's a big game against Iowa. Team that's had your number, a lot of close games, tough games. So, and also, you know, particularly for a defense to come back off of a performance that wasn't probably up to what they've done for the first 10 weeks. So, and then you got senior day guys that you want to send out in the right way, because regardless of, you know, the wins and losses, you got guys that put in a lot of time and effort and blood, sweat, and tears for the University of Nebraska, and did it for the right reason. You know, that's why they were able to, one, be here this long, but then, and then two, be asked and have the option to come back. So they're all, you know, good kids, good, you know, good human beings before you even start talking about, you know, them on the football field. So you want to, you know, show them the respect and do right by them, and, you know, send them out the right way. And it'd be nothing better to end your season, you know, and going into off season than by beating Iowa.
Yeah, I think as this thing transitions, right, that now people really do have more eyes and ears towards the transfer portal, a quicker fix, a more solid fix. There's more resume and tape to go to help you make decisions. So if you're a coach, and it's not necessarily here, but if you're a coach and you're just trying to pull more talent into your program, is the talent pool the easiest way, quickest way, or best way?
I mean, of course, the more talent you have, it's kind of like, you know, you're going to hit on, you know, something. But, you know, I think what you need to do is continue to build, like, from within. I think the majority of the wins are going to come, you know, with the guys on the roster. And that's either guys that have been presently playing or guys that have been waiting to play. You know, there's a lot of guys, they got a lot of talent that, you know, haven't seen the field this year. And it's not because, you know, they're hiding them or anything like that. You just got some guys, you know, like you got Thomas Fedoni, number 1 tight end. You know, you got 2 guys that play tight end pretty well for Nebraska this year. It's not that, you know, Nebraska hasn't been developing them and all this other stuff that people try to say. So it's just, you gotta wait your opportunity and get it. And I think they got some good receivers, good young receivers, and that are Big Ten size speed. And they got good players, on the defense side of the ball, and young guys that you see starting to showcase themselves and get out here, get out there and get some plays now. So they got the basis of what they need, and you always need to add to it. You got Nick Saban up there talking about his roster is never like what he wants. And he's winning national championships. That we always got to try to add to our roster. And so look, it's a plenty of opportunity again. Going into this off season, as soon as the 4 zeros are struck on the game Friday, approximately 5 or 6 o'clock at night, that there's a tremendous opportunity. There is no time to rest or sit back on your laurels. We're not going to a bowl game, so there's not many spots that are cemented that can't be taken or you can't chip into their playing time. So you should be, if you're motivated to try to play and do your best, then you gotta go above and beyond. And so a lot goes into it, I'm sure. Stuff that they'll be trying to do, but ultimately the main focus right now is just on Iowa.
What are the things that we cannot ask a coaching staff to be responsible for? Is there anything that happens on a football team that the coaching staff cannot be held accountable for?
Sure. Like if somebody gets in serious trouble, these kids are old enough to know right from wrong. Look, come on now. You can't. They aren't robots where coaches are programming them and then they're programmed to do the wrong thing. So I just think that ultimately, what really, one of the really things that really separates people from reaching their maximum potential is, how bad do you want it and how much are you willing to sacrifice to get it? Like, are you willing to sacrifice true time of doing things that, you like to do in order to put more time, effort into becoming the best individual player that you can be or athlete that you can be, for the premise that we're doing it for not only for your personal reasons, because you want to play, right? You want to be the starting linebacker or whatever, but then also for the betterment of the team, because I think the better that DP gets, Jay gets, Nick gets, or whoever, is going to be better for, everybody else on the team. And then you got to be willing to, challenge each other, and it's never personal, right? If you're not participating with the right mindset or whatever, in practice, then, as a teammate, as a good teammate, I got to tell you, you got to step your game up, and vice versa. And yeah, it sucks when you hear it, but you got to understand it's coming from a good place. And so the good peer pressure, that I don't want to let my teammates down because I care about them so much, versus the peer pressure, you got to do this or else, is a lot different, and so that's where, really separates guys. Guys got to really, decide if this is something that they really want to do, or you want to play like it's Halloween and dress up like a football player, or do you want to be a football player? And so that's what, really separates, guys, making a quick transition or kind of catching on at a certain time. Because sometimes the light comes on sooner for some guys, and sometimes it comes on later. One thing I will say across the board, I just think kids, make hasty decisions about college, about their careers, without really thinking about, beyond 3 months from now versus thinking 3 years. And it's, I always say the transfer portal is a vortex of bad decisions.
So how can that be fixed then? Right? If we understand that players don't always get shown to be who they really are because it's not convenient for folks, how do you get to the point where you're transparent and you can tell people the honest thing, which is this player doesn't work hard enough, or I can't get him to work hard enough, or this player doesn't spend enough time in the playbook, or I can't get him in the playbook enough? How do you address that? How do you fix it?
Well, you can't, because you can and you can't. You got to go. Every kid, I'm assuming, you got to communicate and you got to deliver messages different ways because of the way that they're raised and where they process information. So I'm assuming you got to go that way. But, people think this isn't professional. It's professional football in the sense of the pressure. and the expectations. But it's not professional football in the sense of coaches only get, I think, like 20 hours a week to be around them, and that's including weightlifting and practice. So you have to do so much of what you just said in a short amount of time with a magnitude or multitude of, say like you could have, I'm assuming you could have close to 20 guys in your offensive line room, right? And that's including red shirts, walk-ons, and starters, and backups, right? So, that's a hard thing to do. And then you got to still recruit, and you got to try to find out, what who you're trying to recruit in a very short amount of time, because you're only allowed so many visits, unofficial, official, and just never know what you got till you get here. So it's a different dynamic. Whereas people just think it's turnkey. Oh, you're an athlete, you're a football player. You should get them to work hard. Like we talked about, I think yesterday. In basketball, when you have to have a try hard period, that lets you know that things are different, right? And when you see guys get drafted, you say he plays a tremendous amount of effort. That shouldn't be something that separates you from somebody else at that position. That should be just kind of like what you do. But in this day and time, and I call them the why generation, because they're always asking why. Why should I play hard? Why should I do this? Why should I do that? That's part of the reason why. And there's no reason there's a multitude of reasons why we're at this part. But at the end of the day, you just got to understand the way they are, and sometimes you got to lay it out, plain as day, black and white. So there is no discrepancy. This is where you're at. I want you to do well. It's up to you. Here's the keys. Are you doing well? It's up to you to take the keys, put it in the car, and drive this bad boy. If not, then somebody else might be in your spot driving it. So that's high school and college. And competition is hard for kids to deal with. I think it's even harder for kids to deal with now because a lot of kids, when they play these club sports, play for these club 7-on-7 teams, so forth and so on, has never really had to truly compete for anything that they've ever gotten. And a lot of times it's been handed to them. Not everybody, but a lot of them. And competition isn't breeded, it's one of the things that kind of can make people strive and bring out the best in them. Or some people don't like it and kind of like to throw their hands up and be like, man, this is not going the way I want it, so I'm just gonna take my ball and go home and blah blah blah. So I mean, we just covered a lot, but when you're thinking about these big schools with all these athletes, it's a lot different. I mean, you got to think all these kids in Texas. I remember this when I got here in our recruiting class. It just seemed like the kids from Texas, California, and maybe like Florida, they acted like they played semi-pro football in high school. Everybody was bigger, everybody was faster. But when you get there, it doesn't really matter because when you're in the white lines, nothing can save you. So now how does that correlate to like a Texas? Like, you got a cesspool as far as like a athletic department, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's been just, with him, maybe since Mac Brown left, but just, has not been as a well-oiled machine, for quite some time. And then you got a tremendous amount of athletes that come out of, whether it's a big school in Texas or like a small school, but they're all big-time players.
Yeah.
And then they got to deal with expectations, competition, and if you don't get it, then the booster might call in a favor, and so starts playing, and you got a new coach, and the whole, it's just a lot different, especially when you have a lot of turnover, right? And everybody's looking at the other school. Everybody's looking at, well, so and so went to this school, and their team is top 10 in 2 years. Well, then you know what? You're not getting it done, and everything you've done to kind of right the wrong that's been here before, we've forgotten. So we expect this type of stuff. So instead of everybody just focusing on what their business is and trying to do what they got to do to make their school better long term, everybody's trying to find these short term fixes. And longevity sometimes in college football is the best. Obviously within reason. And it generally breeds the most success long term, because once you kind of get your ducks in a row and everybody's on board, I wouldn't say winning comes easy, but it becomes more readily available on a yearly basis because you got your ducks in a row.
For that thought, on a Friday where some leadership will not be in uniform, whether by choice or not, right? There's no Martinez. There's no JoJo Doman. Some guys have made decisions on that. How does the playthrough happen on Friday? Is this a meaningless game? Is this how will they get through Friday's game with so many different oars in the water?
I don't think any game that you play is meaningless. I don't understand that type of thinking. Maybe you're out there playing football. I always say like this: if somebody would come up to me and be like, "Man, I don't know how I can get motivated for this game," I would ask whoever and say, "Hey, look, man, do you remember back in February when you're lifting weights, and that seemed like it was like no end, and you would have begged to be able to play, a game, or when it was COVID, when you didn't know you were going to play and you were, chastised for wanting to play football?" And then he said, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, then you better be motivated come, Friday at 12:30. Now look, there's a lot of distractions that can be going on. It's senior day. You lost your 4-year starter quarterback to an unfortunate injury. You got, whether it's JoJo or I don't know. I'm assuming everybody else is playing. I don't really know, but you got guys that are no longer, in a very short time, not going to be a part of the program. So yeah, there's some distractions there, but ultimately you got to focus in and always try to put yourself in their shoes, right? Like if I was a senior or if I was an underclassman, I would be like, what I would try to do right by them, and that's, send them out the right way. Obviously, you know what I'm saying?
That's the hope. That's the hope.
That's the hope, and that's what you should want to do. You should want to do, right by them, and go out there and play well. Because, whether you're an offensive lineman, whether you're a running back, whether you're, receiver, it goes without saying, there's going to be a new set of eyes looking at your skill set. So what are they going to do? You're going to flip on the tape, see how you deal with adversity, see how you play with, supposedly nothing on the line, as far as going to a bowl game, you're X, Y, and Z. You just kind of go through the motions and watch the clock strike zero, or do you go out there and compete? Because coaches, they're going to come in and give you a clean slate, but if you have a slate that's a little dirty, it's going to take a little bit longer for you to kind of, scrape that bad boy clean. And so it's just one of those things you got, if you're playing football, you have to be internally motivated. Yes, coaches can motivate you. They can help you see, through the light or whatever, see the light through the darkness. But ultimately, to play this game of football, you have to be a competitive person, because you can't go out there and like play football. You play football. It is a game. It is a physical, violent, vicious game, and you have to be mentally and physically, emotionally, or spiritually, whatever you want to call it, prepared to play. And that doesn't mean you're going to have success, but if you don't have all those things ready to go, chances are you're not going to be successful. So, I'm not wired like that, so I don't really understand, how you can pick and choose you want to play. It's not, you don't get to do things in sports on convenience,
Well,
and you can't do that being successful playing football. You can't say, oh, well, I just look at it like this. Some of the kids I coach in basketball, I say, well, if LeBron James and Steph Curry and all these guys work hard, why do you think you need to come in here and not work hard? If the best of all time is extreme, like Randy Moss and all those guys are hard workers, why do you think you need to come to practice and not work hard?
Simplicity.
You get what I'm saying? So
Simplicity.
I just try to maybe keep it simple and go from there.
Simplicity. There's a lot of stuff that's in play. Listen, we'll let you go run your practice, kind sir. Get after it, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, man.
That's the Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman. We'll take a break and come back more. We'll break down a little bit of tonight's hoops game here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Huskers, Tennessee State University. We'll do that when we come back to Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tractor Supply Distribution Center in Waverly is now hiring for maintenance techs. They have needs for the 10B shift, Tuesday through Friday from 5:30 p.m. to 3:30 a.m., the 12A shift, Saturday through Monday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and the 12B shift, Saturday through Monday from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Minimum 2 years experience in a fast-paced industrial environment is recommended to apply, and pay is based on experience. They're a 24/7 facility and a clean environment to work in. Come be a part of the Tractor Supply team. Apply today at www.tractorsupply.jobs.
The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef is Lincoln's newest full-service butcher shop, offering premium fresh-cut steaks and house-made sausages daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They exclusively carry certified Piedmontese beef raised right here in Nebraska. When shopping at the Mercado, you're not only supporting local, but also enjoying the official beef of Nebraska Athletics. With prime-grade tenderness and unparalleled nutritionals, your backyard barbecue is about to get a serious upgrade. Stop into the Mercado today, located off 84th and Havelock in Lincoln.
Tom and Bach.
I think what made me sick was that game last night. I got up, Bach. I couldn't take it anymore. I didn't get angry at anyone. They're keeping an eye on, security apparently is keeping an eye on me. Like, you got to watch that Stevens. He's going to go crazy. He's going to get mad at the officials, and then all hell is going to break loose.
The
Not so
world
much.
just revolves around Tom Stevens.
That's right. It always revolves around me. Enough about me. What do you think of me?
Weekdays from 11 to 2 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Lincoln's mega liquidation store is here. Wholesale Logistics is now open on West O Street as a bin store with tons of liquidation pallets, appliances, mattresses, furniture, and more. Brand new mattresses 30 to 60% off retail with well-known brands. New furniture also 30 to 60% off retail value. Brand new LG scratch and dent appliances 35 to 40% off retail. Wholesale Logistics purchases truckloads of smaller items from major retailers and throws them into bins, with everything starting at just $8. Get to Wholesale Logistics, open each Friday to Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at 2811 West O Street.
We take our college football Saturday so seriously at 93.7 The Ticket that one post-game show simply isn't enough. Join Derek Pearson and Jake Sorensen for the Ticket postgame. 90 minutes following each Nebraska game at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. They'll break down the game from their vantage point with giveaways to listeners who drop by and hang out. It's the Tickets postgame with DP and Jake live from Tanner's Bar and Grill.
Guys, we need to talk about a problem plaguing our society today: chronic fruitcake slander. Now, maybe you're thinking, I've had fruitcake. It's dry and heavy. Well, I'm here to tell you that you're eating the wrong fruitcake, because Grandma's fruitcake is anything but. Their recipe uses the highest quality fruits, hand-sorted nuts, and adds the perfect amount of brandy, bourbon, and rum. Their desserts are known and loved across the country, and they're made right here in Southeast Nebraska. If you haven't tried them yet, you're missing out. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Welcome to our world of yum.
What are you doing, Sip? I thought the chickens could use some more light in their lives. So you're building what exactly? It's a motion-censored switchboard. Duh. Are you sure you know what you're doing? Of course. Ow! God! Ow! Seems like a job for a professional. Just one more wire. Yep, there you go, right there. Don't be like Sip. Call Joe at Ambition Electric for any of your electric needs at 402-217-3415.
The weather has changed, and now it's time to adjust your footwear to change along with it. Stop into Brown's Shoe Fit at 66th and Q to get ready for cooler temperatures and fashion trends. They're stocked with Hey Dudes, Brooks, New Balance, Danner boots, Keen or Merrill hiking boots, and plenty of other options. Plus, they have Nordic beach jackets and Bindle tumblers to take to the gym with your new athletic shoes. So get to Brown's Shoe Fit today at 66th and Q.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and now I'm protecting it with the COVID vaccine. Everyone, even kids 5 years and older, can get the vaccine too. If you've been vaccinated, now you can get your booster shot if you qualify. Stay strong, get vaccinated, and learn more at healthylincoln.org.
One host has a red beard and thinning hair. The other also has a red beard and thinning hair. One host got married over the summer. So did the other one. One is a diehard fan of a sub-500 AL Central baseball team. So is the other. Can these two radio hosts do a show together without getting confused as to their own identity? The same couple. Happer and Schaefer. Weekday mornings from 8 to 11 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Old School with DP and J. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, Old School. Tonight at Pinnacle Bank Arena, 8 o'clock, Huskers and Tennessee State University. Nashville. They come in at 1-3, and I think some of the numbers are pretty interesting. They lost to Alabama A&M. They lost to Norfolk State. They beat Fisk. Lost to South Dakota, who the Huskers will see this weekend. So South Dakota beat this team by 17. But there is some intrigue. They had their own pro day. They did. They got some dudes. They got some dudes. Four of their starting five average in double figures. The fifth average is just under 14 and a half a game by Carlos Marshall, 13 a game from Marcus Fitzgerald, 12-8 for Dedrick Boyd, who is probably the best shooter on the team from three. He's made the most threes, is 8 of 19 from beyond the arc. And then Christian Brown, 10 points a game as a flat number. Shot poorly from three, but you know what? As a team, they shoot pretty well. They shoot 49% from the field. You got some big dudes. They want to get their work done in the paint. They can shoot from three. They've got 1, 2, 3 shooters who are active beyond the arc. So Marshall, Boyd, and Fitzgerald are pretty active. They had another young man that I'm familiar with, Hersey Miller, who has some folks' attention. He needs to grow into it. He's young and be consistent. David Acosta is another kid that I'm familiar with, and what he's done at Tennessee State University. So, is this a problem for the Huskers? Should not be. Should not be. This team is 32 of 83 from beyond the arc. That's at a higher clip than Nebraska does. They shoot 63% from the free throw line. And they average bringing down 35 rebounds a game. That number is not high. That's not a large number. On the other side of it, they will turn it over. 48 turnovers. That's a lot. No, strike that. I know I had the numbers wrong. 48 assists and 76 turnovers. I knew that number sounded funny. Wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. So that normal, really good ratio of 3-to-1 assist to turnover, they've got this one flipped on its back. They will give it to you. They don't block a whole lot of shots. That's not what they do. They're quick-handed. They've got a couple of kids that come off the bench. Kenny Cooper, who comes off the bench and is a defender who wants to make steals and get in transition. But the matchups look good. The roster, if you go up and down their roster, they're 6'6", across four of the starters. 6'6", 167. Hersey Miller comes off the bench. Boyd 6'4". Cooper's a 6'1" point guard. Then they've got 6'10", 6'11". David Acosta, pretty good. Drew Williams also coming off their bench. So they've got some dudes who have size. They look the part. They get a little loose with the basketball. They're not going to they should not beat you up from three, but it should be competitive early, and then I would expect depth to just kind of wear them down. They've got 9 or 10 guys who are just not at the level of Nebraska. And think of them the same way you think of Nebraska, that the starting five is super athletic. The better shooters from range will come off the bench and give you that different energy. So when you see their second group come on the floor, expect shots to fly and for them to get up and down a little bit more than the starters. But they've got some, Dedrick Boyd's a grown man at 6'4". Kasim Nicholson, 6'7", out of Jackson, Mississippi. Played at Alabama Birmingham before he transferred to Tennessee State University. So those dudes are out there. those dudes out there. Christian Brown, he's a Georgia kid. So they got some guys. I don't expect there to be complete and absolute resistance, but they've got some guys, and it should work out. For the Huskers, my question would be, does Keon Edwards stay in the starting lineup? From the starting lineup. Because if he's not producing in large numbers, now granted he's there to defend and to rebound, but I think there's a pace for this, right? That to get them started and allow that second group that plays so well together to actually stay together. Let them watch from the bench. This is, in case you missed a DP, which I'm sure you didn't, Jay shoot 43 and 32% from deep in the final 2 games in the Virgin Islands. Why? The only reason I want to talk about Creighton was because they were playing Nebraska. It's a statement of truth. And I spoke facts to what they were shooting when they got here. What they did after that matters not. There are places to talk about that. It also says, from the text line, usually you get starting numbers like that. It means you don't have a great bench play. They've got bench play. They're just different bench players. They're different. They can shoot a little bit. Drumstick, thank you, brother, for hanging out all week. We appreciate it. He said every segment was top-notch this week. Thanks. We're trying to get it in, so you enjoy your Thanksgiving. We're trying to keep you there. Also from the text line, DP, got to disagree. The rhyme was intended. The best intro announcer was Dave Zinkoff for the Sixers back in the day because of one name, Julius the Dr. Irving. Zinkoff felt like every player's introduction, his last name was the last breath that Zinkoff was going to give. Moses Malone. Head guard, Lloyd be free. In the middle, Daryl Dawkins. Zinkoff was good, but that intro was from North Carolina. That's small forward. Number 24, Bobby Jones. Almost like he wasn't sure. That means that's probably. But the Mason, are you familiar with the Mason intro? So Mason, most PA announcers weren't known by name. Like, it wasn't a personality thing. But when they got good, it became showtime. And the announcers, he was the first announcer that I ever saw that national TV gave his own camera to. So when he was doing the PA, when he was announcing the starting lineup, NBC or ABC, whoever it was, would actually go screen and scream and give him his own screen. And as he was announcing. And he was amazing. They went through the 2 runs. One where it was Rip Hamilton, Ben Wallace, and he never said Ben Wallace's name. I might be able to pull this off. At God, and he would always say, "It's time to get on your feet to meet the ballers from the city of the D, Detroit Pistons," and everybody would just go bananas. And then he would from Colorado at guard, wearing the red and blue 0, Chauncey Billups, and it would this starting lineup would last 5 minutes, but it was like he would. And if anybody ever asks you, for the record, if anybody ever asks you where Ben Wallace went to school, you have to say it the way Mason said it. You go, and the man in the middle, 6'9", at center from Virginia Union University. It was amazing. It was amazing. So, And it ruined a lot of announcers for that point because they were trying to like do some version of it and it just didn't work. I thought it was amazing. I actually think it's in the system somewhere. It's actually I'm almost positive because we went through. Tom and I did a Tom's 10 of the best starting lineups. The Celtics were really good. Seattle back in the day when they had Sean Kemp was really good. Clay Tony Johnson, up DP. You need a Santa Claus outfit and walk around the Haymarket tossing out them fruitcakes. Who says I don't? Who's like, why would you assume I don't have a Santa Claus outfit? I can rock it. And more lately these days, I don't even need a pillow. Like these days, I can get clothes right now. We think we can. And hope you and yours have a happy Thanksgiving. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. If they have a good bench, that player means they got to average 89 points a game. They average 77 points a game. The guys just don't get the same number of minutes that the starters get. So, what do we have here? Wisconsin and Houston. That's a good one. That's a pretty good one.
Former Bellevue West starting point guard.
See Chucky.
Chucky
See
Hepburn.
Chucky. Well, those Cougars are my dudes, though.
12th in the country,
Them
down
Cougars,
3.
them Cougars is my dude, man.
Yeah.
Come on, we used to run in that circle. It's pretty good. Chucky's been off to a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you familiar? If I screamed out the Rain Man, would you know who I was talking about?
Probably not.
So maybe the greatest. If I asked you who the greatest in-game dunker was, what person had the best dunks in the game? Like greatest
in-game.
In-game.
I don't know.
NBA.
The only one that I can, or one of them that I can think of is Dr. J.
Dr. J is a very good
Yep.
start, right? Very good start.
Would
the most iconic in-game super dunks.
Olajuwon? I honestly don't know.
So
Kareem,
Dominique Wilkins, the human
Okay.
highlight reel.
Yep.
Vince Sanity, Vince Carter,
Clyde
half man,
Drexler.
half man, half amazing. Drexler, because they were all with Olajuwon, Drexler, and company
Mm-hmm.
were with Houston, with the Houston Cougars when they were feisting my jam.
Yes. Yep.
So that was it. And yes, the Rain Man is Sean Kemp.
Okay.
Never went to college. Well, he did, but he did.
Never went to college.
He did, but he didn't. Sean Kemp was unfair. He was unfair because Sean Kemp was 6'10" and a half and jumped like Michael Jordan.
He a big fella.
He's a big fella, and he would dunk and hang on the rim. He would just look at stare at people.
Top 10 dunks, Sean Kemp. Here we go.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna watch it right now.
Oh, you're gonna lose your mind. You're gonna lose your mind. Harold Sphere says, "Happy Thanksgiving, DP. Hope your family, hope your holidays filled with love and laughter. Appreciate you. Thank you." Drumstick, you're right. The Rain Man was something serious. Something serious. Vince. Carter. Oh yeah. That's deep and different. There's some guys. I'm trying to think of who are the guys. There's a guy who I watched as a kid from North Carolina State, and David Thompson may have been the greatest leaper to ever exist. David Thompson was they called him Skywalker.
Okay.
Before Kenny Walker took that over. Before Kenny Walker from Kentucky tried to use it. But David Thompson was a freak. 6'4", and hit his head on the side of the backboard on a block shot.
This is wild.
Sean Kemp he's a different dude. He's a different guy.
This is the one I'm watching here. So hold on. It's this one right here.
Yeah, there were no he took no prisoners.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some folks when you talk about angry guys that were in-game dunkers.
Postered that dude.
And Julius, there was a guy I'm trying to think. Kemp was good at dunking something else too. Yeah. You are not wrong about that. We will throw it to break. Yeah, Kip, you're right. There's a video where they had a dunk contest with NFL players back in the 90s. Prime time. They had some I'm trying to think of who else was in this thing. But they had some. Deion Sanders could elevate. He could get it done.
We got J.R. Ryder on the stream.
J.R. Ryder is definitely
That's
in that category. Matter of fact, Everett will tell you that J.R. Ryder was one of the best. Chocolate Thunder, Daryl Dawkins, who named his own. He named all of his dunks.
Oh,
he named them all. I will read them off to you when we come back. Okay. How's that? We'll finish up old school and set you up. Look, man, it outside the box with Rocky Russo, Lincoln Stars hockey. Big Sky will man the board. We'll do that, and then there will be a Husker postgame show after the high school championship game. So we've got a full night for you. It's going to be exceptional. Stay tuned, buckle up. We'll throw the break, and we'll close up old school when we come back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
Lincoln's mega liquidation store is here. Wholesale Logistics is now open on West O Street as a bin store with tons of liquidation pallets, appliances, mattresses, furniture, and more. Brand new mattresses 30 to 60% off retail with well-known brands. New furniture also 30 to 60% off retail value. Brand new LG scratch and dent appliances 35 to 40% off retail. Wholesale Logistics purchases truckloads of smaller items from major retailers and throws them into bins, with everything starting at just $8. Get to Wholesale Logistics, open each Friday to Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at 2811 West O Street.
The weather has changed, and now it's time to adjust your footwear to change along with it. Stop into Brown's Shoe Fit at 66th and Q to get ready for cooler temperatures and fashion trends. They're stocked with Hey Dudes, Brooks, New Balance, Danner boots, Keen or Merrell hiking boots, and plenty of other options. Plus, they have Nordic beach jackets and Bindle tumblers to take to the gym with your new athletic shoes. So get to Brown's Shoe Fit today at 66th and Q.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, an easy track lawnmower, or gator, every piece of equipment in pre-owned inventory is put through a rigorous inspection so it's ready to work hard for you. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything is sold meets their quality standards. Learn more at landmarkimp.com or stop into a local Landmark location and experience the Landmark difference.
Angry about a recent Nebraska football loss? Go throw axes at Kraft Axe Throwing. Optimistic about the upcoming Nebraska football game? Go sign up for free football tickets at Kraft Axe Throwing. Bring some friends, reserve a bay for an hour or more, release anger at the targets by hucking an axe at it, and walk away feeling better about yourselves and the football season, just in time to enter for a chance to win a free pair of tickets to the next home game as you walk out the door. Reserve your lane online at craftaxethrowing.com or call 402-802-9696. Kraft Axe Throwing at 18th and N in Lincoln.
Hi, I'm Charlie Stone, and in just a few moments, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln, will be joining us with the latest update. But before I bring Andy on, I'd like to tell our listeners about how proud I am to work with Honda of Lincoln. I like the way they provide listeners honest, up-to-date information that helps people make informed decisions about buying or leasing. Hey, Andy, are you with us?
Yes, I am, Charlie, and thank you for your comment.
Andy, what's happening at Honda of Lincoln?
We still have truckloads of new Hondas arriving daily, and there's still more than 500 new Hondas to choose from, either in stock or on the way. Plus, we have 0% APR financing available.
How about used, Andy?
One of our best selections of all makes and models, and we have a great selection of certified pre-owned Hondas that have special APR starting at 0.99%.
That's great, Andy. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
Welcome back, Husker fans. Eustace Body Shop is happy to welcome the best fans in college football back to Lincoln. With gold class certified service, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop can call the right plays to keep you in the game. Whether it's in Lincoln at 88th and Highway 2 or at any of our other 5 locations across Nebraska, Eustace Body Shop can help get you back on the road. Go Big Red.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Back to Old School with DP and J. Presented by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Look, you don't even have to like Hammer. Oh, just don't play it around me at the club. I'm just telling you, it's a problem. It is a problem. It's gonna happen. So Daryl Dawkins, here's what he, and this was just one dunk that he named, right? It was the chocolate thunder flying, Robinzine crying, teeth shaking, glass breaking, rump roasting, bun toasting, wham bam, glass breaker, I am jam.
That's wild. I love it.
He had to look out below. He goes, in your face, disgrace. He had to cover your head and go to bed.
Sounds like stuff Jay says.
Oh,
man.
Look.
Like when he answered the phone, he's like, all good in the hood. Like what? Who says that?
Everybody still says that.
Really? None of the people I talk to.
Well, that's because none of your people are in the hood. None of your people are in the hood. That literally means none of your people. None of your people are in the hood.
I just told you everything you need.
Zero. The Lincoln Pius X is not the hood.
I am more than just Pius X.
No, not much. Not much. Not really much. You were really, 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 really key to that. If Rocky can hear us, we need to get him in here. I want to cross over and get him ready. Folks, do not go anywhere. Rocky Russo from Lincoln Stars will take us in to the 6 o'clock hour until 7 o'clock before Connor Happer brings the state final championship game. And it's good stuff. So let's bring I want him. Yeah. Send Rocky in.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Bring him in. Yeah, get in here. Get in here, coach. Get in here.
He's got to grab his stuff, he says.
Yeah, this is the good stuff. Again, outside the box, and he and Cristiano will take you through the next hour and get us through. Let's bring in Lincoln Stars head coach Rocky Russo. Coach, what's up? What's happening, Coach?
How we doing, DP?
We're good, man. We're good. Give the folks a preview. What are you gonna talk about tonight?
Well, we've got a big road weekend coming up here with the Sioux Falls Stampede and the Omaha Lancers, coming off of a tough 4-2 loss at home against Fargo. Broke the 5-game winning streak last week, which to me is a good thing. Got to get settled and refocused a little bit, and I'm sure we've got some commentary on the situation with the Omaha Lancers right now.
What do you mean?
I don't know. There's something going on there. I'm sure Cristiano's going to want to talk about that a little bit. Obviously, I've been around the junior hockey world for a long time, and so I've got something to say on that. That's certain.
That's powerful because I've been around it. You understand the stories, and they're full ranging. And it seems like it in this day of immediate communication that it should not be as frequent as it happens.
No, it's a shame, obviously, that there was a breakdown there at some point between ownership and coaching staff and the players. And, for this league, it's all about servicing your players and obviously giving them the best opportunity to succeed. And I don't know the inner workings of what happened there. I know that Chad Cassidy had them playing really good hockey at 8-4-2. Going into last weekend, and obviously things changed. So I'm hoping those players can refocus and be prepared to play. We play in their building on Saturday night. I haven't been there yet. I heard it's a great environment, so I'm definitely looking forward to it.
All right, and is Big Sky taking care of you? I mean, I know he's a handful.
Oh, absolutely, no worries. I'll put him in his place if I have.
Okay, all right. Well, you can hip check him. He's still. I can't wait for you to get him on the ice because he professes himself to be a pretty good hockey player.
Well, we need to find that out.
I think it's time. I think this needs to happen. he talks about it just so.
You know, we talked last week. I apparently sent him an invitation to come to my tryout camp way back in 2017.
See, Mark, you up for this?
I'm absolutely up for it. But this last Sunday in Senior League, I was handling the puck like a grenade. So I don't know if we want to see me out there.
Oh, look at this guy.
Big talk.
Man, you just gonna melt like that?
It was not good. It was my worst performance.
Show up. Don't go anywhere, folks. Rocky Russo, Outside the Box, from 6 to 7. It's gonna be a long night. Stay tuned.